Hello friends, I am Ayantika and in this video I will be discussing about green laver or green nori, which is not practically nori, it is an alpha, and this is the third video in the series Algae as Human Food. In this series I will be discussing about various algae that are used in cuisines in the global cuisines as well as certain cuisines in Southeast Asia. So this is the third video in the series. Earlier I have made video about nori and dals. I will be making more such videos about certain minor seaweeds that are used as food, and also I have made videos regarding what are the lichens, about feed as well as food, also as algae as feed, and I have put all the links of those videos in the description box. So this green laver, which is alpha, it is a global distributed algae, though it is mostly used as a animal feed, especially feed of aquarium fishes, but it is in Southeast Asia. It is very common to be put on various cuisines as a main food or as a side dish. So today I'm going to discuss about green laver or green nori or alva, which also goes by the name of sea lettuce. Now, mostly species like Alva prolifera, Alva pertusa, and Alva intestinalis, they are commonly used as green laver or green nori. Green laver or green nori is not nori, but it is actually Alva species. It has got many other vernacular names. For example, in Japan, it goes by the name of Nori, and in China it is called sea cabbage, and it has a vernacular name of pare in Korean. And in the Western world, that is especially European countries and the Canada, USA, in these countries it goes by the name of sea lettuce. And sea lettuce is a very common a refugia plant, but here in the Southeast Asia it is harvested from wild, and it is used in a variety of cuisines. And what are the habitat? This alva, it is found to be growing in the littoral as well as the sublittoral zone, and it prefers, though it is found to be growing at a very even a depth of 75-meter high depth, very deep water also, but it usually prefers a shallow environment. It prefers a shallow environment, and it prefers low salinity, but especially it is found in the sheltered bay where the wave action is a bit not so rough, and also it prefers to grow in riverine estuaries. It is found to be growing attached to either rocks, or it is found to be floating in water. Usually what happens when this due to wave action, if certain part of the thallus of alva, it gets detached, then that detached thallus of alva, it is capable of growing further, and this is actually this asexual reproduction of this alva is a method of propagation. And for that reason we can also find alga drifting with other seaweeds, especially it is found to be drifting along with the Polysiphonia or Melanothamna species of seaweed, which are also drift seaweeds, or it is found to be growing along with this Gracilaria, Enteromorpha, Chitomorpha attached to the rocks. So this alpha, it is also tolerant to a wide range of temperature, but when the temperature is very hot, then the growth rate of alva is very high. Also, alpha is very tolerant to pollution. This means that if there is high amount of nitrate and phosphates in the water due to wash up from farmyard or wash up of the agricultural waste, I mean the pesticides and the fertilizers, they are rich in phosphates, sometimes nitrates, because sometimes the pesticides and this actually pollute the water, causing bloom of alva. So alva is a plant very tolerant to high amount of nitrate, phosphate, and usually blooms. And this bloom, when they decompose, they further produce this hydrogen sulfide gas, which is very poisonous, we know. So in a way, it leads to a reduction of the nitrate phosphate, but in turn its bloom causes much more amount of damage, because this hydrogen sulfide, it causes a lot of respiratory problem to whoever who inhales those fumes. So that is one problem with this. Otherwise, it is growing in the littoral, sublittoral region, in preferring low salinity, preferring warm temperature, and it is tolerant to pollution, and it prefers shallow environment. In distribution, we see that it is found to be widely found in the Scandinavian countries, in UK, in Ireland, and in Lake Utah of America and Canada, and in China and Japan also we see it is found along the coastal region. And in India recently, it has been found in the estuarine area of the river Hooghly, as well as Lake Pulliket. This is a recent found in a research paper, and this is all about the distribution. Culinary use. Now, green laver or green nori or alva species, they they are used in various culinary, especially both in culinary use in Japanese cuisine as well as European and Chinese cuisine. This alpha can be used as it is used to flavor in tempura, especially the seafood tempura or meat or vegetable tempuras. And also, this alpha can be alpha or green nori or green laver. It is also used as a side dish for your steaming bowl of rice. Also, this is also an ingredient of nori sheets, or if the nori sheet is not available, then this green laver or green nori, which is actually alva is processed in the same way as nori, and it is used as a substitute for nori. This alpha can be dried and used in powdered or flake form, and used as a flavor enhancer in many soup-based, stock-based cuisine, especially in Japanese cuisine. The dashi stock, which is the base for various soupy or the stock-based recipes. So this they form an important part of flavoring matter in the dashi stock. This flavoring, they alone, alpha alone can be used as a flavorant in dashi stock, or it is mixed with other type of spices or seaweed, especially in this 7 spice mixture. This is one of the component. Alpha is one of the component in 7 spice mixture, which is one of the basic ingredient in dashi stock. And this dashi stock is a base stock for various type of recipes in Japanese cuisine. Apart from being used as a flavorant, this green laver, it can be dried and can be vegetables can be prepared from it. Also, it can be used fresh as salad. Actually, this alpha sheets can be eaten along with tomato and shallots and flavored with soy sauce and honey, and it is a very tasty salad when eaten as raw. And also, especially it is used not only in the Japanese or the Chinese cuisine, but also in Irish as well as Canadian, also Native American preparations. We see a lot of cuisine where this alva is used in fresh form. And this alpha can be also eaten or drunk in the form of gelled tea, or they can be eaten as ice cream, also used to prepare various type of vegetable or fruit based aspects. Especially the gelling property, the polysaccharide, the hydrocolloids that is present in this alva help in the preparation of this aspect. Now, there are also many non-culinary use of alpha, especially more in the Western country. Apart from if we don't consider the native people, especially the Native Americans, they have been using it for food. But apart from that, it is also used very commonly as a aquarium plant, both as a decorative and it is also it has got a other purpose, especially it is also used as a feed for herbivore fish. So if you keep this alpha in your aquarium, it will not only decorate your aquarium but also act as a feed for the herbaceous fishes. And we know that alva only requires light sunlight for its growth, and it has got a prolific growth rate. So due to this, it is used as a in aquarium, so that no extra food can be added. You just need to grow the alva in a certain amount of light. Even artificial sunlight can help in its growth, and there will have a complete aquarium. We don't have to put food from outside. So the alva species, especially this alva lactuca and alva rigida, they are specially used as an aquarium species. This aquarium species, this is actually not the freshwater aquarium but the brackish water or marine aquarium. Apart from that, it is also used as a feed for various type of mollusk and abalones that we human feed, that is in our cuisine. So it is used as a feed for the mollusk that we use in our cuisine. So in turn, it is indirectly used as a food for a human also. So apart from that animal feed, it is also very important source of biofuel. Especially this alpha lactuca and alpha pertusa, it is used to produce this biomethanol by the help of certain fermenting bacteria. These fermenting bacteria, especially E. coli, Clostridium, and these two species of bacteria, they help in formation of bioethanol, and propanediol is produced from alpha lactuca. So these two biofuels, bioethanol and propanediol, they are obtained from various species of alpha. Apart from biofuel, this alpha is also a model organism for the genomic data analysis. For the analysis of the genome, it is also a very good model organism. So these are the non-culinary use of green laver or green nori or alva species. The nutritional fact about alpha. Now, alpha has got a intermediate amount of carbohydrate. We see that it has got 58.1% of the body weight of alpha is carbohydrate. Also, the protein content is not that high but intermediate, so it has got intermediate carbohydrate and protein, but it is very high in fiber content. And we know that fiber in our body, especially fiber of the seaweed, fiber is found in seaweed as well as vegetables and fruit, and the fiber, they are not digested by our body enzyme that much, but they act as a stimulant. They are used by the gut bacteria. This fiber gut bacteria, they feed on this fiber and increase their population. So this fiber rich alpha, it is a stimulant for the prebiotic bacteria in our gut, so improves our gut functioning. And for this is one of the very good reason why we consume a diet of seaweed, especially this alpha helps in improving the gut function. Also, it has got other macro as well as micronutrient. Alpha is rich in calcium, and we all know that calcium is very important for improving the bone formation, improving our rate of bone formation and increasing our bone density. And the next is iodine. Now, iodine is very essential for our thyroid health. A diet that has a balanced amount of iodine will help in preventing goiter and hypothyroidism, which occurs due to improper functioning of thyroid gland. So this iodine, if taken in balanced amount, can improve health. And alpha is rich in iodine. Alpha is also rich in iron, which is a iron. We know that it is a part of hemoglobin. Iron is a part of hemoglobin structure, and this hemoglobin is very essential for the conduction of two gases. We know that hemoglobin is important in conduction of oxygen oxygen as well as that of carbon dioxide. So this if iron is not present in proper amount in diet, then we can have this disease called anemia. And so this diet of alpha will help prevent anemia. And alpha is also very essential, contains this micronutrients manganese and magnesium. Now this manganese is very essential for carbohydrate metabolism, calcium absorption as well as blood sugar regulation. This manganese helps in sensitizing the insulin and the body cells towards insulin, and thus it prevents formation of diabetes. It helps to reduce the blood sugar level in our blood. And it is also very good source of another micronutrient, that is the magnesium. It promotes the cell division. It is very essential for maintaining the blood pressure. Then we have another micronutrient, lithium, which actually helps in the proper functioning of the nervous system as well as the muscles in our body. Now, alpha is also a good source of nickel. In trace amount, nickel can be found, and nickel we know is good for lipid metabolism. It maintains the lipid metabolism. Alpha, like other seaweeds, is also very good source of vitamins. Vitamin A, which is essential for our healthy skin, healthy eye, and also it improves the immune system. And alpha is also a very good source of vitamin B complex, vitamin C, especially vitamin B, that is a B12, that is cobalamin, very essential for improving our immune system. Also very important for maintaining the cell division. And absence of this vitamin B12 can cause tiredness and fatigue. Also, this the alpha protein contains this one essential amino acid. This is the not the essential amino acid, that this methionine is very essential for this innate immunity. Innate immunity is the first level of immunity that our body has against external bacteria or virus or any other infection. So this diet of alpha has methionine rich proteins that help in improving the innate immunity. Alva has got another important nutrient, especially alvan, which is a polysaccharide. Alvan is actually a sulfur containing polysaccharide, and all the polysaccharides in seaweed, they act as hydrocolloids, and they have this anti-inflammatory and antioxidant property. This alpha is the hydrocolloid from alva, but there are other hydrocolloids, especially alginine, agar-agar, and carrageenan. These hydrocolloids, they form part of cuisine in the Southeast Asia. Apart from culinary use, hydrocolloids have got used in various type of cosmetic industries as well as pharmaceutical industries. This I've made actually videos regarding other hydrocolloids, especially agar-agar, algene, and carrageenan. I have put the link in the description box about these hydrocolloids that I have the videos of hydrocolloids that I have made. So this is all about the nutrient portion and the therapeutic portion use of alva or green laver or green nori. So, green lodi, they are harvested from the wild. But if you are not living in a coastal area, these are the name of suppliers of green laver, which can be obtained mostly as this dry sheets or in the flake form, or it can be obtained freshly in the wet markets. Though it is not advisable to buy it in its weight form, because alpha is one species of seaweed that decomposes very easily, and once it is decomposing, then it is very toxic, because it will decompose to produce hydrogen sulfide, which is a potent respirator. So cultivation alpha, it was throughout the world it is cultivated because of its use as an animal feed. But in the Southeast Asian and the East Asian countries, it is cultivated for food purpose also. Especially in East Asia and Southeast Asia, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan, these are the main areas where it is cultivated on a large scale. Alva cultivation can cultivated in large scale as well as in small scale. Large scale cultivation are done in the coastal area. These are the this is the picture. This pictures of large scale cultivation. Here we see that they are grown on net. These are the nets. These are the nets where alva is grown, and they can also be grown in this type of floating raft type structures, but on small scale they can be also grown here. But these are the picture where small scale cultivation is done in tanks, but the water in the tank is brackish water, because it prefers a little bit of salinity. It cannot grow, it can grow in fresh water, but a little bit of salinity is also very essential for its growth. And alpha is it's a very high growth rate algae, and it grows throughout the year. It prefers warm climate, but in cold climate the growth rate is decreased. But if it is grown in warm climate, then you can harvest it. The harvesting is year round. But the time and the frequency of harvest again depend upon temperature of water, that is in which location. If it is growing in the cold country like Japan and Korea, then harvesting will be limited to the spring, summer, autumn season. But if we are growing it in much in the tropical region, then it can be a year-round harvest. Now, after harvesting, after the harvesting, it should be cleaned of loose sand and also the epibacteria. Now, epibacteria are the bacteria that are found to be growing on the as a top layer over the alveolar epidermis or in the epidermal layer. So, these are the cultivation and post-harvest processing. But after the cleaning, it is dried, and then it is now there are many pros and cons for alva. First, if it is cultivated in water containing a lot of toxic heavy metals, then it will accumulate these heavy metals, and not only alga but other other algae, they all accumulate this heavy metal. Not only due to this property of easy accumulation of heavy metal, all the algal species, they are also acting as a very good indicator for the heavy metal pollution. They are in fact ecological indicator for presence of heavy metals as well as the radioactive nuclides, especially if there is a radioactive fallout. Determining the amount of radioactivity, that is the radioactive material present in the algae, we can easily determine the amount of radioactivity in the various trophic level of organisms, because algae, they are the primary producers in marine ecosystem. So if they accumulate this heavy metal, they accumulate this radioactive materials, then the organism that is feeding on it, especially the herbivore fish and the carnivore fish that is feeding on the herbivore fish, as well as the bird that is feeding on this carnivore fish. So gradually this bioaccumulation will increase, and there will be biomagnification of heavy metals as well as the radioactive materials in the top consumer in the food chain. So there is we should be very careful of where we are from where we are harvesting this algae, that is alva, or from where the product is coming. If it is coming from an area that has recent radioactive fallout, or if it is coming from an area that is that has got heavy metal pollution, then naturally this alva will contain these heavy metals as well as radioactive. So this is one of the negative points of using the seaweed. And at the same time, many countries, especially in France, there has been the alva during low tide, they have been washed ashore during high tide, and on low tide when there is exposed high temperature in the sun, it starts to rot off and create this fumes of hydrogen sulfide, which is very toxic for not only human but also other mammals, and they cause respiratory failure and even death in certain acute case of respiratory problem. And if the water, there is high amount of nitrate and phosphate, then blooms can be observed of alva. And this alva blooms, or they are sometimes called the green tides, they do not contain only alva species but other species, especially this agardiella, gracilaria, enteromorpha and chitomorpha. These are the opportunistic species that are found in case of their in case of eutrophication. These species are very high growth rate in this eutrophied water. Apart from this, there are also other type of drift seaweeds, especially Polysiphonia, which is also found in this alval blooms. And these alval blooms, they occur after eutrophication, but after certain time when this alva also decomposes, they create a much bigger problem. That is, they create this fumes of hydrogen sulfide, which adversely affects the other aquatic or water-based organisms, especially the birds that is feeding on the um, aquatic on the fishes. These birds, when they are in the when they are diving in the water to get fish, these fumes of alva affect the birds also. So this is one of the summertime bloom and the subsequent rotting of alva. It creates a great nuisance, and so we should check the flow of farmyard manure or this animal husbandry, especially if the effluent from pigsty or other poultry farms. So this type of polluting substances, they not only causes algal bloom, but in turn they also causes a bigger problem of uh, decomposing alva. And it creates a lot of not only the mammals, but also it affects the birds as well as many other amphibians also in the coastal area. Apart from that, if we are using it for bioremediation, that is to remove the heavy metal or radionuclides or the nitrates or phosphates from the coastal area by using alva, we should be very careful to harvest it regularly before it starts to decompose. So this is all about the overview of alva, green laver or green nori, about how it is used as a food and its culinary as well as non-culinary uses. So this is the end of the video. In any case, you want me to make more videos about any topic you like, please write it in the comment section. Also write in the comment section how you like this video, and your comment, it will help me to analyze what are the defects or what are the things that I need to improve. So do write it in the comment section, and if you like this video, do share it with your friends, and your subscription will encourage me make more videos. Thank you for watching this video.